I'm not the stylist for you.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is people who are afraid to say something, and then go back and complain, like, but you didn't say anything.
So what are some tips for hairstylists to make people feel comfortable with communicating that? Because as a client, it does get challenging because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. I find that a lot of hairstylists, after they do the job, they're like, oh, like, they feel very prideful about it. They are proud of their work, but then you're not happy. So then you go back home and you cry and you try to fix it. It's like, I hate my hair. And it can be uncomfortable giving people that feedback. So what is some language we can use to make that conversation easier?
So the first thing I would do is let the stylist know that you're uncomfortable with haircuts. You're worried because of past experiences. That is something that, I've had to learn how to like work with people, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to be beautiful and they want to look good. So I would try to have a conversation, like to find out what type of stylist they are. You'll find out, like, are they a listener? Do they talk over you? Do they understand? Because a lot of times, like, I don't know, say for instance, color. People are like, I don't want red.
Yeah.
But what they say is red is actually that kind of orangey gold color. I call ghetto gold. So sometimes you have to get to know someone's language.
Yeah, that's true.
So speaking to them and how they interpret things may be very different. And sometimes it's just not gonna work out.
Yeah.
And be okay with that. I mean, I've had to tell people I'm not the stylist for you.
Yeah.
And it's a hard lesson to learn, but it goes both ways. Understanding that sometimes that person isn't your person. Yeah. But if they've got a clear understanding of, that your needs and your wants and how you want things to look, what is their experience? You've seen their, Instagrams and TikToks and things like that, then that might help you out. Coming with a lot of pictures. Because a stylist should be able to not just look and say, I can give you that. They should be able to say, like, you can't get that. Or we can't get that now, but what we can do is create like a frame for it to grow into.
Yeah.
And then understanding the risks when you're doing things like color, or certain kind of cuts. Sometimes with cuts, you have to start off one way, and grow into it.
Yeah.
So, I would say your communication style versus their communication style is going to be important. Because there's a lot of great stylists out there, but some of them don't get it.